Hello Internet, and welcome to a new tutorial. As a sound designer that has been making Psytrance for over 10 years now, I'm constantly trying to make the weirdest sound possible with the tools I have at my disposal, which means I'm constantly trying to push them out of their comfort zone. But there's this synthesizer right in here, which is constantly throwing obstacles in my way. And this doesn't mean that it's a bad synthesizer, it's a sound design workhorse, but man, how I hate it's called timbre. Now you might be asking yourself, why did I make a preset pack for it when I don't like the way it sounds? Well, here's the thing, Vital offers wild sound design possibilities. I mean, it's so good for Psytrance, and for long I've been trying to figure out a way to make it sound warmer. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one with this issue who thinks its FM sounds super cold, or am I? Anyways, my nerdy alter ego took over me and said, let the fun begin, and went to work. Today, I want to show you the results of this nerdy journey with Vital that helped me fix its cold timbre, and hopefully it'll help you too. So to start off, I thought to myself, okay, let's break things down. Vital is a wavetable synthesizer, which means its oscillators are essentially samplers, looping a small sample that we call a single cycle at audio rate. This is how they operate. So the sample that we're using and its characteristics has a direct effect on the overall timbre of Vital. This means that we can manipulate how Vital is sounding by changing the source we're using to create those wavetables. I mean, if we sample an analog hardware synthesizer, we should get some of its analog mojo in the wavetables we're creating from it, right? To answer this question, I've sampled 4 of my favorite synthesizers at 48 kHz to get more of that analog mojo. I've started with the Mofo from Dave Smith Instruments with its screaming filter. Then the Model D provided some raw FM sounds. I've used the Neutron to create some weird analog bleeps and bloops, and I had to sample the Virus to get that famous virusy sound. Now I've created all of these samples, and what I like to do to get the best wavetables possible is to either sample 4 seconds, no more, no less, and this works really well with Vital, or 1 bar, again, no more, no less, and this works with both Serum and Vital. And now all I have to do is take the samples that I have in here and put it in Vital. I set it to wavetable as the usual. And of course, I have to click on this little pencil in here and tell Vital that this sample has been sampled in F0, just like so. And for the blend style, I like to go with either file blend or time. I feel that either of them gives us the best results. So now I have this. Check this out. I'll take one LFO, I'll set it to 1 bar like this, smoothing to 0, and I'll set it to envelope. So now it'll play only once. And if I'll take this wavetable a couple of octaves lower, we'll get this. And if I'll take the original sample, just to give you an example, we will have this. Almost identical. Vital, and this is the original sample again. And with this technique, I was able to turn all of the samples that I've created into wavetables that I later on used to create my presets. Let's take this preset from my Vital Preset Bank Volume 2 as an example. I've used simple saw and square waves of the Mofo with its noise, and I was able to get this really warm pad out of them. Check this out. See, super warm, and all using a synthesizer that I classified in my head as cold and digital. Of course, it's not because we've sampled analog hardware we have to make these cliche, let's say, analog typed patches. I mean, if we use some of Vital's synthesis wizardry, we can take the PWM of the Neutron, this wavetable that I have in here, add the random amp algorithm to it. And by the way, I've talked about this algorithm in my last tutorial. You can go check it out right in here. I'll leave a link. We will be able to create something super psychedelic and out of this world. Check this out. See this kind of spooky character, it's all coming from the Neutron PWM for wavetable. And the rest is here just to support it and give it more of this analog mojo. And things shouldn't stop at wavetables. Vital has a sampler that we can use to load some, I don't know, bleeps and bloops, let's say sample. In this example, I've created one with the neutron and use it as our main oscillator. And with this technique, we can get some really out of this world psychedelic patches. I mean, check this out. Without the wavetable, we have this. And of course, we can add some more effects to it like I did with this macro in here, and we'll get these results. You can't tell me that this is not like super psychedelic. And now let's add the wavetable engine, and we'll have the full image of the patch. Just go experiment with this technique at home, create some really weird samples with the synthesizer of your choice, put it inside of Vital, and then pitch bend it and add effects to it. You can get really far away with this technique. And to answer my question about the cold FM of Vital, let's take the square and the saw of the MOFO, and let's FM the square from the saw, just like so. Let's take the phase down to 0, let's take the volume of the saw to 0, and let's take the saw 1 octave lower. And now we'll have this. In your face, directly. Let's take the square 1 octave higher, and now we have this. Wow. And this is exactly what I did with this patch from my Vital Preset Bank Volume 2. We have the square, the saw from the MOFO, we have the analog bandpass 24 decibels per octave filter, and with the kick and bass and random arpeggiator, we'll get this. Of course, you don't need a big arsenal of analog synthesizers in order to create those wavetables. All you need is a good emulation. Arturia made a lot of these, Tal and Yuhi too, and trust me, you're good to go. Just follow the 4 seconds rule I told you about and you'll get a nice, warmer Vital in no time. All of the wavetables I've created for this video will be available for my Patreons alongside other goodies, so make sure to go check that out. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Vital Preset Pack Volume 2 on my Gumroad alongside my other preset packs and masterclasses. And with this is the end of this tutorial. I really hope you've liked it. I really hope you've learned something new. See you in the next one.